Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's soul weather forecast. Thank you so much for joining us this week. Let's see what we have in the energy forecast. What do we have this week, universe, for my viewers? And I want to thank everyone out there that supports my channel and helps it grow. Every view, every like, every subscribe helps my channel grow. It helps my videos get out there to more people. So I hope that at least if you're so moved to do so, you'll hit that like button, because it does help circulate my videos. So I thank you so much for those of you that do that already. So we have the number 28 card, Hollow Bone. Teachability. I didn't even know that was a word. Teachability. So this is giving me a kind of twofold vibe. I'm getting I'm getting the death card and that like scorpionic energy of transformation off of this. Even with this teachability, it's got a very this card's got a very shamanistic vibe. But I also feel like with the feathers that are here on this card, that it's it's like signs from the universe. Like I really feel like the universe is stepping in for us right now and trying to guide us, trying to be that guiding light by the signs that they're portraying to us around our, if we're paying attention to them, we're going to see those signs. And I really feel like, for those watching this video, pay attention to feathers, this, especially this week and maybe in the next coming week, because one, it's the universe letting you know that there's somebody's got your back, that they're watching over you, that they're there, and that they're hearing your pleas, they're hearing your calls. They're here to support you. Your entourage. I'm going to say entourage. Your entourage. If you see a feather this week, your entourage is around you, surrounding you at this time. Whatever you consider your entourage to be, your spirit entourage. So whether that be ancestors or angels, whatever. The spirit guides, spirit animals, whatever you align with, just know that if you, oh God, look what card came out with this. This is amazing. Messages. Like I said, if you find any feathers this week, but I think there's going to be other signs. The universe is going to be trying to give you signs, because I think they're trying to teach you something. They're trying to show you something. They're trying to help you learn something. They're really trying to help you transform something in your life. I like that it's got almost this horn here, because it gives me that vibe of like Gabriel's horn blowing, that it's like the universe is calling in right now, trying to like make things right, in some way. And I think it's on this grand scale. It's like that there's just this energy. I really just feel like, like things are going to be revealed, things that we're not expecting. We're going to get messages, some kind of messages either this week or in the coming weeks, because time is so fluid. You can't really pinpoint a time on the timeline. You can't, the universe works on its own time. So, it could be a minute, it could be a year, who knows. It's the universe works on its own timeline. It's not necessarily our timeline, but the universe is trying to tell us that it is sending us messages, and it is trying to tell us that whatever you've been wanting has been heard. Okay, especially if you receive these feathers, universe is saying, okay, we're here and we hear you. Okay, we know what you're asking for, what you're trying to manifest. We hear that. So because it says you will soon receive good news, it can come in the form of an email, text message, phone call, or a letter. So be prepared, and that you might receive a message that you've been waiting for, eagerly waiting for, maybe coming very, 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 very soon. But I also feel like if this is not necessarily, I really feel like it's for not everybody is going to get this physical tangible message. I really am leaning heavily. I think this really connects more. Some will, for some of you, yes, you will receive, something that you've been waiting for, that good news that will come in that physical tangible form. But for many of us, it's going to be, the universe is going to be kind of telling us, giving us a message or a sign to say, yes, I hear you, and it's that kind of spiritual message to basically say, I gotcha. I understand what you're trying to say. It's like a confirmation. The universe is gonna give you some kind of sign or confirmation that they hear you and they hear what you're asking for and what you're manifesting. We're gonna have to see how this. I'm gonna actually put this card down here this time, I think. Let's put it down here so that you can actually see the wording there. But I I don't know why, but I think it was a movie, something about cloudy with. You're gonna have to tell me because I can't remember, because I don't think I ever watched it, but it was something about cloudy with meatballs. It was something with meatballs in the name, and rain. It had something to do with cloudy and meatballs. I don't remember, but that's kind of coming through. I don't know why, so I don't know if somebody out there is like watching this and eating meatballs. I don't know, but because I usually don't get things like that, especially something I've never really watched. It was a very vague reference, and I don't know, like I said, maybe that's a sign. I'm getting these signs for people, confirmations. Universe might be using me to help give you a message, a confirmation, to let you know that this is something you need to pay attention to. This message is something for you to pay attention to, specifically for somebody out there, or you just might be eating, you might be, or it might be when you're watching this, it could be, because these are timeless, and these are a general message, and they're timeless. So whenever you find this video and you watch it, that's when it's meant for you. This message was meant for you at that time, and so, it might be rainy, it might be cloudy outside. I know right now it actually is hazy outside. It's not really cloudy, it's just kind of hazy. So, but I really get this is, the way this person is looking up at the sky, it's like there's this doubt, I feel like it's almost like we're doubting the universe has got our back, and so the universe is going to come in and say, hey, I do have your back. It's going to give you some kind of sign, and that could come either in signs and synchronicities, as far as, very obscure things that only you would see or know, or it could come in these, in a physical form, like a good news of some kind from a person, or, an email or whatever, depending on that's interesting that I got a reversal there, because if you've ever watched my videos, I typically, all my decks, I shuffle, I have them all upright, and I, excuse me, and I shuffle them in a way that that they shouldn't be reversed. So when they flip out reverse, it's usually significant. So we have the Three of Pentacles here with the Knight of Wands in reverse, and then the Two of Cups. Do I have everything? I think it looks like I'm gonna have to move things over just slightly, not a lot. Since I use different size cards here, I never know how much space I need to leave to make sure I get everything in the window there. So we have the Three of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands in reverse, and the Two of Cups. So small message, if some of you are coming here and, you're looking at a sign about a relationship, a significant relationship, somebody that, that you're interested in. and I don't do these as love readings. They're not intended to be love readings. But if you are here and you're inquiring about somebody that you have a romantic interest in, the universe might be giving you either a message, or this person might be giving you a message, a text message maybe. I'm getting strongly to reconnect and work on things. And I love that for that instance, the Knight of Wands reversed, that they might be coming in another energy where they may be in the past. They were maybe a little bit in and out. They were a little bit flighty, where you couldn't really, you didn't know where you stood. I feel like what this is saying, like somebody, you might have dealt with somebody that didn't want to have labels, because they didn't really want to fully commit. And so they were a little bit wishy-washy, a little bit in and out maybe. But this is telling me you might get a message from them soon, very soon is what I'm getting, that they want to work on this. And this makes a lot of sense now, because I like how this is looking up at this message. It's like looking up at this message going, I don't know about this, especially if this is a person that has been, has a history with you of being a little bit in and out or flighty, or, not being able to pin down or put a label on something, like they really haven't wanted to commit, in a sense, to working on things with you for whatever reason. I feel like, you're sitting here going, I don't know about this. So we're going to go ahead and clarify, because but I also feel like Two of Cups doesn't necessarily have to always be about a relationship. I mean, for a lot of things it is, but it also can talk about something that is, like something that's equal to you, or for me, I feel like, since I work with energy, the Two of Cups can represent something that we are on the same vibrational frequency with. So and that would explain, if somebody came in, if you were somebody that wanted a relationship, and somebody you were dealing with really wasn't in that energy of relationship or wanting a relationship, you both would be at different vibrational frequencies. So you couldn't be kind of equal or come together at the same vibrational frequency, which usually, when we're not at the same vibrational frequency with something, it usually crumbles apart and falls apart, and then it might fall away out of our lives. That's why, things kind of, and we change frequencies all the time. So as we're changing frequencies, we can, where something aligned with us at one point, well, now it no longer aligns with us, because we've changed, or they've changed, or even like a job, a job can change. The dynamics of a job can change. The work can change. The people at your work can change. So where at one point it suited you, and it was the same vibrational frequency as you, which is why you took that job in the first place, something shifted and changed, and maybe it became, where it wasn't the right fit for you any longer. That's why sometimes you can't, sometimes you can't stay in one place very long, because that kind of stuff happens. So we're gonna I'm gonna have to watch what cards I pull here, because I'm gonna use the Dark Tarot deck here to clarify. I don't typically use this deck, but I'm being, with this black, I don't know, I'm being drawn to pull this deck, and it's a little risque on the artwork, so I might have to try and cover the cards up, so bear with me. I'm gonna have to look at them before I lay them down on the camera. But what I'm really getting here is, so something where I feel like something, whatever it is, like I think that you've been wanting, we since this general collective, we in general there's something that we've been desiring. There's something we've been longing for, something we've been praying for, something we've been wanting to hear. There's something we've been waiting for. Okay. This is really telling me there's something we've been asking for, waiting for, trying to manifest, trying to ask for, trying to get a sign. There's something that you're wanting a sign to know that this is going to happen, something kind of you're wishing for, praying for, something to that effect. the universe is going to give you, you're going to get the message to let you know what's going on with this. And it could be, I mean, as we were saying, it could be a judgment call. It could be, it could be justice coming in and propelling you somewhere else. It could give you the sign that you need to move on. It could be the sign to say, things are changing. And now I get, for most of you, I think that whatever it is, that it's shifting in the fact that it's starting to become more stable, whatever this is, whatever, it's becoming more stable and tangible, especially since it's pentacles here. So it's telling me that whatever this is, you're going to get a message that it's going to become more tangible, okay, for you. Where in the past, it's something that you've kind of longed for, but it's been like out of your reach is what I feel like. So that card's safe. So we have the Ace of Swords. So that's that truth. Can I put that there? Might have to move these up just slightly here so I can make sure we get, just make sure we can kind of see those cards. But I got the Ace of Swords here, and yeah, we might have to cover that card up a little bit there. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles there. So two aces on that Three of Pentacles. So that really is telling me these new beginnings that are happening. We got swords and pentacles. Pentacles, I told you, I feel like something's becoming more tangible. And the Ace of Swords, swords are communication. It's messages. It's right on that. I like how it ended up lining up, the ace is lining up with that messages, and then the other Ace of Pentacles is lining up with that Three of Pentacles. Beautiful. So this is really telling me, everything what we've talked about. I think something is becoming more tangible. You're gonna get evidence or proof that something that you've been waiting for is you're gonna get some kind of sign that's going to really let you know what you need to do, how to move forward in something, whether that's to work on something. I feel for a lot of you, it's going to be working on something, and it's something that's going to become more tangible. But there are a few of you, I feel like, with this transformation that it might be something you end up moving on from, but for not for most of you. And then we have the King of Wands here. I'm sorry I have to cover these cards up because, like I said, the artwork's a little risque there, and I don't want to cause any problems here on YouTube. But we have the King on the Knight of Wands in reverse. We have the King of Wands. So that really tells me that they have a lot of passion, and like, whatever this is, I feel like this is more your energy, where you have a lot of passion and desire, which makes a lot of sense, because I really feel like this is something you've been longing for and desiring, something that you've been calling in, is what I really feel like. And as I said at the beginning, I really feel like the universe is kind of trying to give you a confirmation here. And then we have the Queen of Cups. So yeah, I tell you, I probably shouldn't have used this deck, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll make it work. Yeah. Okay. So we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups. Now, definitely, if this is a relationship, okay, which we kind of touched on a little bit there, if this is a relationship, I think that we're gonna, we may not have enough room here to put all these cards, but if this is a relationship situation, I really feel like that, you and this person really have a lot of desire and love for each other, okay? That's definitely coming through pretty strongly here, that you and another person definitely have a lot of feelings for each other, a lot of passion and desire for each other. There's a lot of chemistry here, and I feel like that's why this person might be coming back in and giving you something that's a little more tangible, because they're starting to realize those feelings, where maybe they thought at first it was just chemistry and just physical, and I think they're starting to discover their feelings, and so they're wanting to, I don't necessarily Um, I'll see, but I don't necessarily have anything on the table that is confirming or telling me that they're going to express or tell you what their feelings are, but do know that there are feelings here. If you're not here for a relationship, if you're here for like a job or something, something that is not romantically inclined, something that you're waiting for, wanting, know that it is becoming more of a reality, that there is the opportunity is coming. And so then we have the Ten of Swords here. And this is just telling me that it was something that was difficult with the, yeah. So this is just telling me that you have the Ten of Swords and Five of Swords. So something that was a little bit difficult before is, I know you can't see those cards very well. Like I said, I probably shouldn't have used that deck, but that's the deck that it wanted me to use. And I see why, because of the messages that are coming through that are attaching it. So if this was a romantic relationship, it tells me this, how difficult this was, that you guys just couldn't get it together. It couldn't come together. There was a lot of conflict. There might have been, like maybe some fighting, some arguments. It was difficult to make this work for whatever reason. You guys had a really hard time. I really am getting, as I talked about with that Two of Cups card, that it can be just, you have to be on the same frequency, the same vibration. And I think you guys were out of alignment, before you were out of alignment, but I really feel like something has shifted and changed here. And that's what, like the other person, or you or the other person there's been a shift here in vibrational frequency, where there's going to be a chance to see if you guys can match frequencies or come into alignment here. Now I there's always free will, so that it really depends, but it is telling me that there might be someone coming back around, if you're interested in that does want to work on things, that wants to try a little bit harder. But where that goes, it's up to you and that person and free will of how that plays out. But you might get a message to that effect, that they're wanting to work on things. And then you can choose what you want to do, because I think some of you will choose to follow it and some won't. As I said, free will. But there is, for you, that whether it's a romantic situation or not, there is an opportunity coming in, whatever that situation is, that something that has been very significant, that you've been really hoping for, really desiring, something that's very significant. I think that's been on your mind. I think you're going to know what this is, because it's something that's going to be something that is on your mind, like plaguing you recently. Like you can't get it off your mind. Whatever that is, you can't seem to shake, because you want it so bad that you're manifesting it, because it's constantly on your mind. You're constantly like maybe looking at pictures of it, thinking of it, daydreaming, or dreaming at night about it, something to that effect. So let's go ahead and I think I want to use the Tarot Grand Luxe deck for the final messages. You know what? Do I want to use this? Do I want to use this? You know what? No, I don't. I'm gonna use the Citadel. I keep looking over. I'm gonna use the Citadel deck. This is a new deck. This is actually more of an Oracle deck, but but for some reason I keep getting drawn over to it, and it, you see the colors. It's wanting me to use decks that are similar in color. The colors. So give me 3 cards for whatever extra messages. I'm focusing on this messages. Give me three cards of messages for the viewers out there. 3 final cards, whatever you want to share with them. This can be, messages of confirmation for you of something, or, whatever comes through. Oop. Blame It on the Rain. I just had the song Blame It on the Rain come through. I haven't heard that song in a long, long time. So we have the tailor, attention to detail, pride. So if there was something that fell apart because you or the other person were very prideful people, that, especially with the King of Wands coming out here, if somebody in this situation, or even if it was like, it could have been coworker, you butt heads with because of pride. I like how there's this cutting of the cord. Okay, the tailor, I like how this is actually cutting the cord. So this is telling me, that it might be, for some of you, and we talked about that, some of you might be letting this go because there is this doubt. There is this doubt that's coming through, and about whatever message. So take it how it resonates. But for some of you, it's telling me that, especially if you doubt this energy over here, because there is this doubt, especially because whatever it was, it didn't work in the past, so there is that doubt. So for some of you, it might be cutting ties, cutting cords, letting go of a situation, and maybe you're going to get a message or a sign that confirms that it's time to let go. I mean, especially with this, those scissors cutting that string, cutting ties. It might be time to cut ties with something that no longer serves you, and so that might be, maybe you're going to get a new opportunity to help you move on, and then loyalty, chains, and promises. I really feel like this is saying there's been promises that haven't been kept. I feel like that, this is, because there's this sword here, and the sword is broken. Look at that. So it's telling me that, maybe there's been a situation, whatever, that maybe something in your, the problem here was that somebody was all talk and no action, maybe, or some, a job or a coworker or a romantic partner, somebody didn't have your back in some way. And I get that with the, where this Knight of Wands wasn't, if that was upright, it would talk about that. Where this is in reverse, like I said, I feel like that there's a shift going on here in the situation. There's a shift going on. And I think where there was that before, that I think promises were made that weren't followed through. And I think that's why you're like, doubt, there's this doubt here, I feel like this is why we have this doubt, because something, it didn't go well in the past. So it's like, it didn't go well in the past, so we're sitting here going, why should we believe it's going to work this time? And that's why I think, because the universe knows we have this doubt, is why I think that this message is going to come through for us to let us know that if we choose to give it a chance, there is new opportunities here. Okay. But as I said, for this one, for some of us, the signs may be, or messages may be, or opportunities may be to let go of whatever that is, because there's something more tangible coming in. For some of us, it's going to be, the messages are going to let us know that we can trust to try again if we so choose, that the universe has our back and is going to protect us in the situation, regardless of our choice, regardless of what our choice is. The universe understands what we want, and they will help us, with whatever that is that we are wanting, whether that be to move on, or whether that be to work on a situation, or bring something more into physical tangibility for us, realization for us. And then we have the aspirant, which is ambition, diligence, setbacks. So I'm really drawn to the setbacks. And again, it's like, I see these keys, like there's this opportunity coming in, and it's like, the song open arms from, I think that's Journey, is coming and popping in into my head. Open arms. So I don't know if that's significant for anyone. Also, just I saw and smelled popcorn, so I don't know if anybody's watching or eating popcorn right now or cooking popcorn. But I definitely I'm hearing it pop and I'm smelling the popcorn smell. So and so I don't know. Those are just things that are coming through. Also, just saw a bell. Somebody might hear a bell chime, and that's their message confirmation of whatever you were thinking about when you hear that bell. That's the universe kind of trying to give you a confirmation that they hear you, whatever that is you're thinking about during that when the bell chimes. Because I'm almost even getting a like a church kind of vibe off of the. I don't know why, but I'm getting a church kind of vibe off of this aspirant card. I also I feel like there's with the like there's something growing. There's an opportunity growing, is what I really feel like here. So, and yeah, I really feel like this loyalty has been challenged in some way, and that's like promises weren't kept. So that's what I have for you this week. It's different, a little bit different. Messages a little bit different, and I'm sorry you can't really see these cards really clearly down there. I'm sorry I had to cover those up, but if you watched, you hopefully you got the message. So I hope this sits with you. I hope that you get the message that you desire, and it helps you out this in the coming weeks, help you make that decision that you're trying to make. So that's what I have for you this week. I wish you the best. If you haven't hit that like button down below, please do so. It really helps my channel, in the fact that it helps my videos circulate more. The more views, the more likes, the more subscribes I get, the more my videos get out there to people and helps my channel, grow, helps people, see these messages that might be for them that they might miss otherwise. So please support my channel in any and every way that you can. And I appreciate that so much. I wish you the very best this week. Joy, love, and light.